can give a man a gun and make him your weapon. But some men, even unarmed, are like the edge of a knife.
Guys, Antimatter Games developers over here are finally announcing more on the old first-person shooter new entry, IGI Origins. That was, I don't know, first teased a couple of years ago and said to be releasing across every single gaming platform sometime next year. Man, this is a prequel to the original 2000 IGI, as stated by the old folks, where fans will experience a reimagining of the franchise with a modern take on the shooter genre. Check it out, here's IGI Origins' first official gameplay.
Well, work to be done, eh? We still have a mission to complete.
Coming up at number 2, and frankly I don't really understand why we still don't have a confirmed release date. But we have a new trailer for Atomic Heart, and it's about a few minutes in-game footage. Word says that this is actually some finished product footage, and the game's releasing now early next year, possibly April. So we just got a new delay announcement, but also a new trailer. Check it out. Atomic Heart is a first-person shooter set in a different scenario where these fine gentlemen have taken over the World War II using technology. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, on the other hand, has been officially confirmed and it is now set for release October 28th this year. It's going to be released across PCs, both generation of consoles except Switch, and it is obviously the sequel to the 2019's Modern Warfare in terms of just story. Activision, the fine folks, also just came out with a 7-minute gameplay trailer. They showed off this new iteration of the free-to-play Battle Royale Warzone, some more in-game footage, and showcasing some PC ray tracing. It's a good one.
Ya son más de 10 años metiéndole y todavía sueno como nuevo. Barbie no tiene relevo, me sobra el dinero, el respeto y los huevos. Yo, cada movimiento que hago, el juego otro nivel lo elevo. Tú sonaste, me pagaste y no lleva ni la mitad. We're shifting! Watch the containers!
How the hell did Iran get their hands on this?
It's either Russia or us.
Anywhere I roam.
We need an army. Right, get us an army.
Free to speak my mind anywhere. And I'll redefine anywhere.
Mexican Special Forces, 141, they are your brothers now.
Where I lay my head is home there.
Weapons hard looking.
Just gonna leave me here in what, space?
Everybody lives in space, including you. All right, you're a bounty hunter now. You gotta help me rescue my friends. They're Gatlians, just like me.
Justin Roiland, that is the same dude who co-created Rick and Morty show, assuming you did miss out on the announcement, however, just a month ago, is now creating, developing, directing something, whatever, of a game going by the name High on Life. This is a first-person shooter with the same cynical, dark comedy goodness of the Rick and Morty show and set in some sort of an open world. Check it out. This game's set to be released December 13th this year for PCs and Xbox consoles only.
Hey there, I'm Knifey. Stab, stab. Yes, more. I need more stabbing.
Everyone, fight each other!
In the wasteland, only
one thing matters. Pure genetic material. Take all you can and build anything.
And number 5, Behavior Interactive, which is the same folks as the Dead by Daylight games, just came out and finally released a new update on some new game since a month ago going by the name Meet Your Maker. A post-apocalyptic first-person building and raiding game where every level is just designed by players. Guys, there's a playtest for the game on Steam. The full game, however, will come out December 30 this year.
You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it.
At the Game Awards earlier this year, I have to say one of the most innovative IPs revealed probably was a game called Nightingale. What we initially realized to be a first-person shooter from the trailer, but a crafting game and one that actually supports co-op play, and that it's even set in some sort of an open world setting. That said, however, Nightingale doesn't have a release date yet, but it's launching for PCs in early access somewhere between March to April next year.
Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick. Have offended. Think but this, and all is mended.
Now, Witchfire on the other hand, which is technically one of the most awaited games for the past few years. A dark fantasy first-person shooter from the same folks who previously worked on games like Painkiller and Bulletstorm. In case you're new to, I mean, technically this game has been in development for 5 years now, and that it's going to be released early to mid next year. According to developers, as soon as it's possible. Check it out, the game is coming to PCs only, and this is how it actually looks. Guys, a number 8 we have here, and maybe not that new either, something called Outbreak Island. This is a survival first-person with detective elements thing where you're just there to investigate the mysteries of an island and stay alive at any cost using only a camera, where apparently there's been some sort of experiment gone wrong and it just drove the island's populations into maniacs. This game's partially an open world, I believe, and there's hints of zombies in it. Take a look.
You got it all wrong. Once upon a time, there was a freak with no face.
At number 9, we've got once again Blacktail, which is Fate. This is also a obviously first-person action-adventure IP. It's a brand new one actually, about witchcraft and the stories of Baba Yaga. That is a Slavic folklore demon, devil, evil, whatever. This game, I know for a fact, centers on the adventures of two sisters who are accused of witchcraft in early medieval times. Basically means they're just that. The game's on its way to the next generation of consoles and PCs only by the end of this year, actually December 15th.
You killed it again.
If anything bad happens, always head straight to the Red Oak.
Stand the fuck back. It's hammer time.
Dead Island 2 was not only still in development, but I've actually mentioned this one before. It now even has a release date, a new trailer, and it's actually coming out for all platforms except Switch February 3 next year. Dead Island 2 will now actually have 6 playable characters. All of them are going to be infected. It'll have a higher emphasis on survival elements, a bigger map, more creatures of course, and more whatever. Check it out in case you missed it.
Oh shit. Boom! Gods and whiskey!
I will not have this devil in my house!
Next up from earlier July this year, and I've actually mentioned this one a dozen times already because there's a chance you might have actually missed out on this because it's not more of a pronounced IP, but this has actually been a long time coming and it's been around since last year. We've got over here RoboCop Rogue City, an action first-person shooter, something a bit in the same vein as old Right Memory Infinite games, if not kind of like Predators, not sure. Honestly, there aren't really much to talk about with this one except this game is coming all actually next generation of consoles in addition to PCs on June next year.
This? Where is all the money?
We all saw it hesitate in a life and death situation. Why?
Listen, I would trust this guy with my kids. I mean, if I had any.
Darktide is a first-person co-op game set in the grim dark future of Warhammer 40,000.
Now, in case you didn't get caught up with this one yet, how? Warhammer 40k Darktide is having itself a little beta, ready to sign up now, and it's gonna be around October 14 to 16, so keep that in mind, just in case. This game will hit the PCs on November 30, with the Xbox versions set to launch a little later. We got a new trailer for the beta announcement. In terms of gameplay, this is what it is all about.
You can expect no help. No reinforcements. You are Tersham's last line of defense. action is about to begin.
Next up, it's the old Exomecha. This game was delayed a little while ago and will now be coming to Xbox, consoles and PCs only, acting as a Microsoft exclusive of course, and by the end of 2022. It'll actually be the first, only free-to-play game in today's list that might even fall under the category of a AAA game. It is a shooter at its heart, with a lot of giant mechanics, mechs, and a whole lot of next-generation graphics to spend time with. Check it out. Earlier this year, Team 17 actually announced that Marauders, this is a first-person multiplayer looter shooter, which in case you're new to, since some 90s alternative future, where you get to play as a space pirate to explore alien or hostile spaceships and loot, level up and stuff like that. It's more of an RPG element. Well, here, the game has just got a new trailer a few days ago and set to be released mid to late October this year for PCs only through early access. At number 15, we've got once again the old Sker Ritual from earlier this year. This is probably one of the most hyped horror games in the making as a co-op first-person shooter. Also the spiritual successor to the old Made of Sker. Well, check it out. Wales Interactive just came out and announced that Sker Ritual will arrive in Steam Early Access on October 13 with its first episodic content priced at $15, not sure, and eventually releasing as a full game early to mid next year. And finally, last but not least, we've got the old Scathe. Guys, Scathe was technically announced only a few months ago. We heard back then this game is coming to both generation of consoles and PCs soon. In fact, the game just came out and it's on its early access phase this August on Steam, but it is going to be released fully next year. It is a pretty good looking classic. It's a fast-paced, to some extent therapeutic sort of first-person shooter for folks like me, of course, and it's got a solid co-op gameplay element as well. Take a look.